Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the live panel Where Will Marketing and Human Capital Management Take Me? We are now live at Mokhtar Radi Building, and we're excited to bring to you our NUS-based e-open house, Be Agile BU at NUS Business School, where you enjoy the journey of self-discovery and develop skills to be career-ready. I'm Katrina Lee, a Year 4 BBA student specializing in marketing. With me in this session, I have Associate Professor Doreen Kam, who's a marketing professor, Senior Lecturer Ms. Yusa Skolkivin-Watana, who's a M&O professor, as well as Ms. Julin Liang, who's in Biz Careers, to share with you more. So we have each of you to introduce yourself, so you can give a brief introduction.
Hi everyone, happy to see you here. My name is Doreen. I'm an Associate Professor with the Department of Marketing. I'm also an alumni, also from business school long time ago, and definitely able to relate to your journey here as students.
Hi, this is Usa. I'm from Management and Organization Department. I'm glad to see you today, and I'm waiting to see you in school.
Hi everyone, my name is Julin, and I'm a career advisor with NUS Biz Careers. Happy to have you here with us today.
Yep, so thanks so much for your introductions. So in this session, we'll explore how our specializations equip students toward various career pathways. So in case you just joined us, NUS Business School offers 7 specializations for our students to choose from, and we'll be specifically looking into the areas of marketing and human capital management to find out the various career pathways. I'm sure many of you have questions relating to marketing and human capital management, so do keep your questions coming into our Facebook Live comment section, and we'll do our best to answer as many questions as we can. So to start off, I'll be asking our panelists some questions. Okay. So to Ms. Usa, so can you tell us more about HCM and as a specialization, how it relates to real-world business problems?
Okay, students, and also potential students, parents as well. Okay, I think it's very important to understand that human capital management, is not just only about human resource, but we are doing anything that human resource related. So students may also think about people in organization, and how I can lead, I can motivate, I can relate to people, and that's mainly what we are doing at the department.
So thank you so much for your answer. So back to Doreen. So what was the interesting class project that you carried out, and also the group and project that has impressed you the most, and why is that so?
Okay, projects are a very interesting component of our modules. For me personally, I've had the opportunity of bringing in industry companies to also to provide the topics for our students to work on for projects. For example, last semester we had Procter & Gamble come in with a project topic for our students, and it's hard for me to say which project impressed me the most, because many of our projects, our student groups do very, very good quality work. And likewise, the judges from Procter & Gamble were also very impressed with the level of detail and the amount of insights that they could share with them through their own findings. Similarly, we also have, for this semester, Microsoft, who is also sponsoring a project for my MBA students. And again, despite the kind of rigor that Microsoft requires of them, our students are doing very well as I track their progress now.
So thanks so much for your answer. I think it's really interesting how when you're working on group projects, you get to work with real-world clients to address problems that they are facing. So I think it really brings an element of importance where the project work they are doing could go towards helping a real company. So to Julin, so what do employers look for in graduates these days?
Right, thanks Katrina for the question. I would say that across the 40 industries that our students are in, top recruiting firms, they actually look out for students who are highly adaptable, and of course, most importantly, possess strong technical skill sets. And this range from, say, Excel, PowerPoint, as well as Python. But of course, not neglecting the essential skills that our top recruiting firms are looking out for. And these include things like, for instance, strong problem solving, collaborative skill sets, as well as leadership abilities. And we often find that students who possess such skill sets, they actually manage to land a role, or rather a job, before they graduate.
So I think it's very important how in NUS Business School you're not only learning hard skills, but you're also learning soft skills that will help you to excel in the workplace itself. So back to Doreen. So perhaps you can share more about how do classes in NUS Business School prepare students to be industry relevant?
Well, we carefully structure our programs in our modules such that at the early stages of your candidature with us, you learn the core and you learn the basic concepts that is needed. On that foundation, then we build on extra knowledge that you would need, and we certainly make sure that we keep our modules very relevant to industry needs. That's why we will always have projects, we will always have new topics and new modules to make sure that we give you the skills needed. And as mentioned in our coursework, right, as mentioned by Julene, we also give you opportunities to brush up on critical thinking skills. So, no matter how the environment and or the business economy changes, the main thing is you're taking away such skills, and such skills will allow you to cope with whatever job and environment needs of you. Similarly, we also encourage students to learn to use data to basically generate insights. So for marketing, it's really a science and art, really part art, part science. So our topics and our modules that are created emphasize that, and we consciously make sure that our modules will have both part art, part science in each design.
So I would say that it's a really enriching like specialization where you get to really learn like both the science and art of it. So moving on to the next question, perhaps to Yusa. So perhaps like you can share with us like what do you think is unique about the NUS BBA curriculum that grooms students to become business leaders?
Oh, I think there are many things a student can do while you are here in the business school. It's not just about the modules that you are taking, it's also about curriculum, a lot of extra curriculum activities. We do have all the clubs that I think if you hold on a little bit more later on, the Biz Club will come in and tell you what they have in the plan for you. In the module itself, students also have to learn to do practice what they have seen in the content itself. For example, I'm doing leading in the 21st century. Student is not just about the module or the content, but you really have to lead a team, working together with your teams, and how that you can come up with the projects and then come and convince your friends and classmates that this is the way that we can use or we can do with knowledge, and now you share with your classmates as well. So team, in the business school is very important.
Yeah, definitely. It's really important that when you're doing like group projects or even like study modules, that you work together well with your teammates, and I think like the classes really train you very well for that. So perhaps also the next question to Julene will be, how does NUS Business School prepare like students for our careers?
Right. Thanks for the question, Katrina. So in terms of that, right, I'm very pleased to mention that for NUS Business School, we have a dedicated careers office with a team of career advisors like myself and my colleagues on top of the training and operations personnel. Ultimately, we want our students to really land a career of their first choice prior to graduation, and to accomplish that, right, we actually have in place a 4-year strategic success roadmap. So I'm pretty sure Katrina has had the opportunity to be part of this career creation program before. So when they actually embark on their year 1, we introduce 5 mandatory career status workshops, and this includes things like career planning, networking, personal branding, and then followed by resume crafting as well as interviewing skills. When they come to their year 2, they have the opportunity to interact with career advisors. So for instance, like 2 mandatory career clinics where there are 6 students to 1 career advisor, and we actually embark them in terms of introducing skill sets such as mock interviews as well as resume critic workshops as well. So by year 2 itself, we actually notice most of our students have at least 1 summer internship. And of course, throughout their year 2s and year 3s, we do introduce various touch points for our students to be more career ready or prepared in that manner. So for instance, ranging from say internship briefings to one-on-one career consultations with career advisors, to even advanced career skills workshops that we curate with external trainers, for instance, training them in assessment centers, training them in terms of case interviews, as well as some of the other necessary screening processes that top hiring recruiting firms like to have in place. And of course, when they come to their final year, we do have a graduate job search briefing as well, where our students get to interact with top employers across the various industries that our students like to go into. So I must say, across the 4 years course of study, our students have multiple engagements with BizCareers throughout their career creation program.
Yeah, so thanks for sharing a really detailed answer to that. I will say that the career preparation program has benefited me and many of my friends, where we have improved our resumes and also our interview skills. So we have like quite a few questions coming in from our Facebook Live comments. So perhaps I can address this question to perhaps Doreen or Yusa. So Benny asked what are the skills needed from marketing and HR to become an entrepreneur?
Well, personally, I think that not just being an entrepreneur, but being in business, we are all trying to get something from a customer, right? Whether even if it's not for profit, you are still trying to get trust, you're trying to get goodwill, from a customer. So marketing skills, right, would definitely put you in a good stead, because basically the role of a marketer is to be the customer expert for any organization. Yeah. So in marketing, therefore, you learn how to understand the customer, how to use the necessary market research to know more about what the customer wants, and then from there craft it into strategies to then provide in more targeted form what the customer wants. That way, you have a better chance of standing out from the competition, so that the customer chooses you.
Do you want
I think
to
in
add on?
addition to that, I believe that the courage to try, the courage to go into something that you haven't done before, okay? And I think while you are doing that, we also will not forget that the courage got to come with ethics, okay? And also at the same time, okay, I think the heart that you have for other people is very important. I just feel that being an entrepreneur, okay, it's not just about money, but rather it's more about people and community as well. What you want to do for them, that's very important.
So thanks both of you for your answers. So the next question from Ting Ting is, may I know what's the difference between marketing and communications? What are the career prospects and examples of the mixture of science and arts in marketing?
Well, many people think that marketing is solely about communication, but as I mentioned in a previous response, marketing actually is really a very big part of business strategy. So, we are the customer expert, and any business should always bear what the customer wants in mind, right? So marketing is much broader than merely communicating. What you see, through the ads and all that would just be the creative outputs of lots of understanding, lots of strategizing that goes on behind the scenes.
Thanks for that. So the next question from Alexander, which I will be addressing it to Yusa, is on what are the career prospects for the human capital management specialization?
Oh, okay. Okay, when students graduate, okay, you can go into human resource related kind of career. For example, in different function, whether you like to do a professional recruitment, you prefer to go into doing the learning and development, or even compensation, okay, benefits. I think, okay, in addition to that, okay, many students also went into doing management associate or even management consulting in organization. Yeah, so there's a wide variety, okay, for students to try, okay, and enjoy.
So thanks for that. So perhaps to Julene also, perhaps you can share with us some advice that you give to incoming students to the NUS business program.
Right, that's a very interesting question. I often got that a lot from some of the students as well throughout my years of working here. So I would say definitely be curious, come in with an open mind to really explore and try out the various roles, whether is it through internships, through school project works, through student clubs activities, and even embark on student exchange programs to really broaden your mind and horizon as well. So I would say definitely be curious and have this inquisitive mind.
So thanks so much for that. So I'll just ask a few more questions, and also to those who are watching this on Facebook, do keep your comments coming in. We'll be happy to answer a few more questions. So perhaps to Yusa. So since MNO has been a long-standing specialization in business school, how does the school ensure that the skills that students learn are relevant in today's world?
Oh, Okay, for the M&O or even other specializations, I think all of us, okay, always keep ourselves updated as well. Okay, I also want to make sure, okay, that we are in connecting, okay, with the community outside the business, okay, and organization. We do have executives who come in to us, okay, and talk to us about their situation, their challenges, okay, and then of course with that, all those input that is so live and so real, we put it into our curriculum development all the time. Okay, I believe that Prof. Doreen also did the same thing.
Yeah, so perhaps to like Prof. Doreen, perhaps you can also share with us like one word that you like to encourage prospective students to be, and what would that be and why?
One word. Wow. It's like, you know, the exam question you don't expect, right? One word. I would say, be daring. Okay, and why do I choose that word? Because you've got to stretch your own boundaries. You've got to come out of your comfort zone. As students who come into university life, I think a big adaptation is what maybe the style of learning compared to, say, JC or whatever. So, for example, one component is we do want to encourage you to develop soft skills. So, you would need to speak up in class, not only when you're called upon. So, for many students, that is not something you're comfortable doing. So that's why I say be daring. So that's just only one instance. The other things also, be daring, put your hands up for other things. Don't just come to school and attend classes. You shape your own career and your resume. Put your hands up, be daring, go for case competitions, go for whatever, hackathons. Plenty of opportunities here. It's just what you are daring enough to put your hands to reach for. That would be what I would say.
Yeah, that's a really good word to use. So I'll say that in NUS Business School, you are really like forced to step out of your comfort zone and really experience a lot of things that you might not be used to in perhaps junior college or like in polytechnic. So definitely like in business school, you'll be doing a lot of class participation and really like perhaps even talking to real life clients in your group projects. So it's a good way to build up your soft skills through like taking on these modules itself. So perhaps like we can have like one more person to share like what is advice that you give to like incoming students? Perhaps Lisa, you can share.
I will add one more word.
One word.
I will do the word growth mindset. Okay, can I do a positive also? Okay,
Yeah.
Growth mindset and positive. Okay, be positive, because don't be discouraged by any environment or situation that we are in. I know that the COVID-19 pandemic has been difficult for us, but with the growth mindset, and you tell yourself that I can do better, I can do well today, I can do better tomorrow, and I believe, that all of us can go through all this together better, every day. Yeah.
Yes, that's a really good way to close it. So time is catching up with us, and unfortunately that's as much as we can cover in today's session. So we have come to the end of our program's live panels. If you're interested to find out more, do explore our website or feel free to email us or keep in touch. We'll do our best to address them. And at this juncture, I would like to thank our panelists for joining us. And we'd also like to introduce a really special group of students, which is from BZ Club members. So NUS Students Business Club is here to share with you more on some of the freshman orientation projects that you may look forward to when you join us. Because there's so much more to NUS Business School than just like studying, but there's also the co-curricular activities that you can take part in. So thanks everyone, and I'll hand on to the next panelists and MCs to take over. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.